Yo, what up, world? 502 King Paul coming to y'all with another video, man. Hey, real quick, before I jump into this video, I want to thank everyone who continues to watch the channel, support, leave your comments, send me DMs. I mean, the whole nine, man. I truly appreciate it. I try to go through and read every comment that I can. Even if I don't respond to you, I try to just give you a heart, let you know that I saw your comment. But y'all the motivating factor. Y'all the ones that keep me going and keep me turning back on this camera, hopping on here, man, and just pouring out, you know, what's on my heart, what's on my spirit to the world. So truly appreciate y'all. So I'm not gonna hold y'all too long in this video, man, but I want to touch on something. So here recently, I went to a concert, right? I went to a concert, I don't know, about a couple of weeks ago or something like that. And man, it was a cool little concert. It was old school, if you will. Keith Sweat, New Edition, Tank, Guy. And I went inside this concert, man, and it was so, like, it was at the Yum Center here in the arena, so KFC Yum Center. And huge, big, this is where our basketball team plays at, college basketball, where all the major events are at. It was filled up with weed smoke, man. The whole place just filled up with weed smoke, man. I'm in there enjoying the show, and I thought I smelled some weed on the way in, and then it's getting to the show a little bit more. I know for sure I'm smelling some weed smoke. Then it just got so powerful, man, to where the point when I walked out of the, the arena where the seats are at, out into the hallway by the concession stands, I'm still getting just hit with weed smoke. Definitely caught some contact inside there. I'm not gonna lie to you. Definitely caught contact. With me not smoking, I'm Pee-wee right now. You know, my tolerance is like 0. So I say that to say, man, there's always been this connection with music and drugs. Always been a connection. I listen to all kinds of music. I listen to country music, rock music, listen to R&B, hip hop. But R&B and hip hop are my favorites by far. Those are my two things. I like my old school 90s R&B, even some of the 80s stuff. Luther Vandross, like I'm into all that, man. But hip hop has definitely had a place in the drug culture for quite a while. And I started thinking, once my mind gets going, I just start thinking about this different stuff. And I know that we had, people like Snoop Dogg. We had Cypress Hill. You even had Rick James, Mary Jane back in the day, talking about, different weed and all this. And, you have, even in today's music, you have people like Future talks about Percocets, Molly, all this different kind of stuff. And they put this stuff out into their music. But the main person for me that completely changed the game when he came out and started blowing up, man, was Wiz Khalifa. Wiz dropped this album, right, mixtape, my freshman year of college. I think it came out early 2010, and it's called Cushion Orange Juice, man, Cushion Orange Juice. And I used to love that album. I still love the album, but that was the game changer for my generation. Up until, that album came out, people smoked weed. They smoked weed. They always did their drugs and stuff, but it was never necessarily considered cool for people to smoke weed. Like, I can remember in high school, man, like I was with the athlete crowd. I was with, just the people who's come to school to do other things. So, I would look at the people who came to school high all the time, and, and they had their own little separate clique. All of them be high every day they come into school. I used to look at them kind of funny, man. I'm like, why y'all always high, especially at that age, 14, 15, 16. It was just very strange to me. Like, I had experimented here and there, but it was never something to where I smoked all day, every day. That just wasn't my thing. And, that was their thing, man. But it was never really cool, though. Like, it really wasn't considered cool. And it seemed like far less people smoked weed back then. But when Wiz Khalifa came out with that album, man, I was already into college for 1 semester by that point, in my 2nd semester of my freshman year. And, it just changed the whole game. Like, yeah, we were smoking, but he came in and made it seem cool, man. He came in and made it seem super cool. And I noticed there were more women who started to smoke weed, because before I didn't really know that many women that smoke weed, being honest. I knew there were a couple, but not like that. it seemed like it just took off. And, you know, I enjoyed nothing more than throwing on that album and sparking up my blunt, hitting the bowl or whatever, and just listening to the album play and just letting the music take over, man. But Wiz Khalifa was definitely that one. He was definitely that one. And I think it's important for people to realize that, you know, the power that music has over you, man. It's a quote, I believe, by Bob Marley. It said, you know, when music hits, you feel no pain. And I think a lot of people, they use music as an escape. Me personally, it's like therapy for me. So in listening to this therapy, you have to be conscious of the things that you're taking in, because if you're not conscious of that, then it can dictate, control, even alter your mind on certain things, man, in a positive way and a negative way. But you got to be aware of what the music's doing to you. Like I said, we really ramped up our smoking a lot when that album came out. We went from smoking quite a lot to smoking a whole lot more. And you know, it's kind of weird how music has that effect, man. It really is. You know, I think about all of the younger generation that's coming up now and how they're listening to this music that's talking about lean, talking about weed, talking about pills, talking about even fentanyl. I mean, all kind of things, man. And I just wonder where we will be down the road when these children who are listening to this stuff and they see all these rappers that have on their jewelry, they have the cars, they got the money, and they have the image that these children are looking up to, how that's going to affect our future generations, man, how that's going to affect the world. I don't have a problem with people who choose to smoke weed. I did it for a big portion of my life. However, when you know better, you do better. So even now, like, people ask me all the time, well, you don't smoke weed? That's weird. Why don't you smoke weed? Like, what made you stop? The people who clearly they smoke weed. It's like, why did you stop for? What made you stop? And I tell them, you know, all the reasons I've told y'all, man. I mean, finances, it helps me out physically, it helps me out spiritually, it helps me out mentally. It helps me in so many different ways socially. I had to stop. I had to. I couldn't continue to keep on smoking all day, every day. And some people have the capacity to where they can just light up at nighttime or light up, you know, one time a day or something like that. I didn't have that capacity. I would go overboard with it. So I realized that everything is not for everybody. But I did think that this was a good topic to bring to the table, man. And just let me know. I mean, let me know in the comments, was there someone who influenced your smoking, like through the music, or someone in particular that you love to listen to when you smoked, got high, or if you still smoke, you know, is there someone in particular that you enjoy listening to? I'm just interested to know. I think that we just have to be very conscious of what we're allowing to go in our ear gates, you know, and through our eyes. So if y'all like the video, drop me a like down below. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. It's 502 King Paul. Till next time, I'm out of here, man.